Check this out. Beautiful days, blue skies, sunshine, 70 degrees, nice little breeze. What a great way to end winter and do a little spring cleaning. And, of course, when cleaning but some things up, some messes are what we call unmentionable. We don't like to talk about them. This doesn't just affect us guys. It may affect you gals too, just the same. But I'm going to show you something. Like I said, we don't necessarily want to talk about it. Maybe it's slightly embarrassing, but it's the cold, hard truth. It happens. Let me show you. All right, so everybody hear me out on this. Now, to put things in perspective, let's say after about 40, 50 years of aging, things happen. We'll call it maybe deterioration, but things just aren't the same as they used to be. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Unfortunate side effects of that sometimes could be something like a little bit of seepage, leakage, and of course with those, quite potentially some very embarrassing stains. And that's what we want to talk about, and basically, how do you clean it up? Wait a second, I'm not talking about me, we're talking about the... oh. And what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen, is this right here. You've got a 50-year-old 1968 Firebird over the winter during the little winter slumber or hibernation. Well, it seeped, it leaked, and has less of embarrassing stains. So, need to get this stuff cleaned up. All right, so how do we do that, you say? Well, check this stuff out here. Super clean. It dissolves grease super easy, super fast, just like it says. Just put it and spray that stuff there on the floor. I'm gonna leave it as full of stains because this stuff's pretty nasty. I'm gonna let it soak in just a little bit. I'm just gonna wipe this little mess up here, and then problem solved. I guess we'll let that stuff soak in the floor. Let's talk about this little car back here. We've seen it in some of the previous episodes. I was actually doing an inspection to help a friend who was looking for a 1968 Firebird to purchase it. Now, come to find out, the owner loves his car. Had it since probably before I was born, if I recall right. I think it was 76, but I guess that detail doesn't matter. The cool part is the car is here now, because what's going to happen, we're going to pluck this bird, gut it 100%, every nut, bolt, tear it apart, go through the systems, restore it, slightly modify it, and bring it up to a really fantastic driving or actually show quality, all here in this two-car garage. So, of course, I have my little super clean plug there because, well, they hooked me up with some free cleaner stuff to sample on the channel. I guess you could say it's not a paid promotion, but I kind of felt obligated since it gave me a box full of free goodies to at least throw them a little something out there. So I got to check that box down in the video saying I received some goodies or something like that. But fair trade, no worries. The product actually works really nice. I've used it on... here's something even more messed up. My dry erase board, what I use here, right there yonder, sometimes that black ink doesn't like to come off. You know, it's dry erase, you go wipe right off. It doesn't. That stuff actually cleans it right off and makes that board look brandy spanky new. So let's talk about this car, but I'm gonna try to mop up that mess next. Let that stuff soak in, save about 10 minutes, I guess. I've got to start messing around, so at least 10 minutes. But let's check this out here. I didn't have to do a whole lot of scrubbing, and that's where that really nasty stain was at. It's actually just kind of wiping right off. So I'm all about being efficient, making things easier. So I'm going to tell you what, this stuff works pretty good. And the good news is once we get this car all fixed up and restored, it won't leak anymore. I won't have that embarrassing seepage problem. Because that's one of those cool side effects of being old, I guess. You're allowed to have some seepage, but we're going to bring this thing back to new. And I guess on a serious note, that sometimes is a little challenging for me being serious. This car behind me here, 1968 Firebird. I use the word Camaro loosely, but a lot of stuff's interchangeable-ish. You gotta get creative on some of it, but let's just call it what it is. It's a very common car, or super popular car. Maybe I should use the phrase that way. But here's what I'm running into. Let me know what you guys are finding out there just the same, but parts for these things are getting difficult to find. There is a huge aftermarket that has supported these things for years, but seems that supply and demand, well, we've got an issue with the supply, not the demand, but we're having some problems getting parts. So I wanted to get started on this car here. The goal was to show you this car getting completely restored in a two-car garage. I'm going to list out all the parts and keep a running total and see how much it's going to cost us. And we're all going to take some bets on how much this is going to be. Now, I'll get you a little closer, maybe get some better camera footage, or if not, you can check the previous video. This car is not in bad shape. I could have guessed what the price would have been maybe a year ago, but with inflation and availability, I can't predict what's going to happen here. So if you've had some troubles getting parts, hit me up in the comments down below, or even better, where are you getting them from? Let's say like body panels. I have a friend looking for the panel in between the back glass and the trunk deck. Can't find it. I'm even hearing some horror stories of the one-piece floor pans are getting kind of scarce. Trunk floor for a '69 Firebird? Nope. Kind of few and far between. Now, these are things that you could buy 2 or 3 years ago, no problem, have it shipped to your house 2 to 3 days, start installing it. So, little concerned, but again, if you guys know where to get this stuff or any good clues to help everybody out building these cars, hit me up in the comments below and share that knowledge with the other people trying to put these things back together. But the goal of this car is, we're going to make it happen, you're going to see it happen, and you're even going to know how much it costs in parts. Now, the labor, well, that's probably a bit top secret, because here the truth of the matter is, it's not going to be a whole lot. I'm mostly doing it just because love this car. Sorry. Want to see it back on the road. Autumn Bronze, 1968 Firebird. What a beautiful combination. White custom interior, white vinyl top. It's going to go back on there too, the vinyl top. Love them or hate them, but I'll tell you, it really makes that Autumn Bronze pop. So, anyway, got my mess cleaned up, got the garage cleaned out. Next step is start gutting the bird, making a list, and hit the order button and see how long it takes to get the parts. So I guess to put things in a little bit of perspective, what's going to happen in the old Vinyl Village garage in the back in Blackbird? Well, I'm not Superman. As much as I love to think I can do everything, all of it at one time, make it all happen, I can't. So we're going to shift our focus from to this guy right here. I'll still tinker with that one a little bit, maybe in the background while I'm waiting for parts for this one, but just in case this part stuff really starts to get out of hand, I want to get started on this car, get it back on the road and get it going again because, well, I need to get a lot of bits for it. And I don't want to wait and kind of find out can't get them at all. And I'm going to leave another bird for dead. It's against everything that I believe. I have the majority of the bits and pieces to put that one completely back together. So I'm not in a time crunch when it comes to parts. So stay tuned. Don't hate me. We're still going to get a lot of bird content. But we're going to flip from that one to this one here and get this thing going. So, got a few more little odds and ends to clean up here in the garage. So this little episode was just kind of have a little fun with some super clean. And that stuff actually works really nice. And kind of explain to you why we're shifting from back in Blackbird to the Great Pumpkin or Spring Chicken. They both kind of have a nice ring to them, but you get the point. Nonetheless, we're going to shift from there to here, get going on this. Got a lot of bird content heading your way. Any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts? Get something wrong? Or tell me I'm doing something not quite right? Well, I don't upset nobody. That's never been my goal. But if you got a 67, 68, or 69 bird, well, we've got them all here ready to go and having some fun. So if there's part of this project you would like to see in detail, let me know now because we're getting ready to tear this thing apart. Nonetheless, said enough. Had a lot of fun. Hoping this works out to be a great series for you. And let me know how much it's going to cost part-wise put this thing back together. This might be kind of fun because you might be surprised because that white one over yonder, I did a complete 100% overhaul on that. And now there's a lot of stuff there. About 20,000 bucks in parts. It's a lot. But if you see what I did to it, that's actually really cheap. So anyway, I have said enough. I'm going to enjoy my blue skies and some sunshine. Take care of a few more odds and ends, and we'll get you back out here when we get back to work on this thing, and we'll see you then.